Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Self-Care Sunday. My name is Molly. I'm a librarian at Ada Community Library, and I'm here to talk about all things self-care, which is very important these days. This week, I thought that we could go over something that is very near and dear to my heart, being a librarian, that is reading. I don't need to tell you how much librarians love reading. It's a thing. We love it. But I feel like the mental health benefits of reading, which is, of course, what we're focusing on in this series, self-care, and how we can do things to ease anxiety and stress during this time. I feel like reading doesn't really get looped in as often as exercise or yoga or crafting. I don't feel like it gets as much of a plug. So go reading. There's actually lots of mental health benefits to reading regularly. They include increasing a sense of empathy. There was recently a study that showed that people who read literary fiction, stories that help you really get behind a character and their motives and what drives them, it shows a heightened ability to understand the feelings and beliefs of others who are maybe different than you. So this is called theory of mind. And this is a set of skills that helps you build and navigate and maintain social relationships. That's pretty awesome. There's also plenty of other benefits to reading, such as it reduces stress. So I'm looking at an article right here, all about a group of researchers which measured the effects of yoga, humor, and reading on the stress levels of students in demanding health science programs in the U.S. And the study found that 30 minutes of reading lowered blood pressure, heart rate, and feelings of distress just as effectively as yoga and humor did. Really awesome, really awesome. It can increase your vocabulary. It can help you get ready for a good night's rest. I personally just love the fact that I can really escape. I can really escape my day-to-day. I can work a different part of my brain, and it's a way to just kind of travel without traveling, right? Because traveling these days, it may not be happening as much as before. Anyway, I thought we could talk about new titles that we have at the library. First up, this is a book that I loved and recently read. This is called Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I loved this book. I really love this book because it just feels, in one word, gorgeous. The writing is gorgeous. The characters and their thoughts and feelings and dreams. There's something dreamlike and consuming in the way that King writes. It follows one woman named Casey who is living in, I believe, Massachusetts in the early 2000s. And the thing is that this is a really compelling story, but there's no like crazy plot twists, no exotic settings, no sort of super duper complicated characters. But this book just goes to show you that if you love a sentence, if you love the way an author just can really whip a sentence into shape, so to speak, then you will love this book. She really knows how to craft a sentence with gorgeous, dreamy prose for a relatively simple, straightforward story, but it's still really compelling. Okay, I'm rambling. Love it. And this is available for checkout with your Ada Community Library card. Now I'm on to the Book of Longings by Sue Monk Kidd. And she actually, I'm not super familiar with this author, but she's super duper popular. She wrote The Secret Life of Bees. And she also wrote The Invention of Wings. Yes, which I have seen that circulating quite a bit. Wow, I don't think I've ever read anything like this. This book is really interesting because it focuses, of course, on Anna's point of view. and what it's like to be a woman in biblical times, even what it's like to be a woman in modern times. I think her ruminations are very, very compelling and also lyrical, and you can tell there's a lot of historical research that has gone into this because everything is meticulously described: the food that they eat, the clothes that they wear, the way in which they engage in rituals and traditions and pray. That's also, it feels very sacred, and it's very, it feels like you're right there in history with them. So also very calming to read. I can really see myself in Nazareth. I can see myself in Galilee, and it's very cool to kind of see these places in your mind that you may have heard about over and over again, but it feels much more personalized and real in this book. I like it. I'm almost done. I've got about 100 pages to go. Again, this is available for checkout at your local library, your Ada Community Library branch. This is my to read title. This is called Hillbilly Elegy. Some of you may be familiar with it. It may not be new to any of you, but it is new to me. I've heard of it. I've never had a chance to read it, and I actually order bios and memoirs for my system for Ada Community, and this is called Hillbilly Elegy. It's a memoir of a family and culture in crisis. So I've heard amazing things about this book. I've heard that it's almost like, you know, it's sort of a marker in bios and memoirs that it sort of changed the landscape of that genre. I think it's important to read different perspectives. This is obviously set in Appalachia, so I'm really interested to hear about that because, again, I feel like I've heard a lot of, maybe generalizations about that area of the country, and I'd really like to hear a perspective that that is real and true and is living in that area. So I'm really, really, really excited to read this. This has been on my list for quite a long time. Yeah, so another thing to note is that libraries now, at least our branch at Ada Community Library, our libraries, are now open by limited library appointments. So give your branch a call, whether it's Victory, Lake Hazel, Star, or Hidden Springs. Give your branch a call to hear about our new guidelines in place for your 20-minute library appointment, and we'll give you the rundown. And we're so excited to see you again. Thank you so much for watching today. Let me know what you're reading in the comments. If you have any questions about our new normal services, also feel free to leave a comment below. We love hearing from you, and yeah, hopefully I will see you here next week for another Self-Care Sunday. Take care of yourself, have a great week, and I hope the next one's even better. Bye!